She was the only one who got out, thrown into a stolen escape pod as her city was consumed in fire and screams. Her horns still glow faintly from the heat. Her skin still carries the ash of her people. A human ship found her floating in space, unconscious, bruised, alone. But when she woke, she didn't thank them. She wept, because she was never meant to survive, not while the ones she loved were still burning. And yet, the human captain refused to let her die with them. He gave her one impossible gift, time to heal. The escape pod spun silently through black space, its hull scarred, its systems failing, but inside, she lay curled in the dark, barely breathing. Her blue skin was coated in soot, tiny burns streaking across her thighs and shoulders where fire had licked her body. Her short survival uniform clung to her perfect form, tight against her waist, torn at her side, exposing the deep crimson scratch where falling debris had nearly taken her. Her long white hair was matted with ash, stuck to her tear-streaked face. Her long, curved ears twitched faintly even in unconsciousness, and her horns, elegant, crown-like, were singed at the tips. She had not climbed into that pod willingly. Someone had thrown her in. She remembered the screams, the smell of melting stone, her younger brother reaching for her through flame, and then nothing. When she opened her eyes again, she wasn't alone. The light was warm, soft, artificial, and too kind. A human man sat beside the bed she lay on, watching her through the flicker of a medical scanner. He looked exhausted, sleepless, but alert. The moment she stirred, he rose slowly. "You're safe," he said. She recoiled. Her body moved faster than her mind. Memories flashed like lightning, fire, loss, pressure, and now this strange room filled with alien quiet. "Where?" Her voice cracked. "What ship?" "Human medical vessel," he said gently. "You were recovered drifting near your planet's orbit. Your pod's beacon was faint." She stared at the ceiling, white, sterile, silent. It felt wrong. Too clean. Too calm. "How many others?" she asked. The silence that followed made her sick. "Just you," he said. She turned her face away, eyes wide, unblinking, tears forming and burning her smoke-irritated skin. Her whole world gone. Her family buried in flame. Her people screaming as the sky fell. And she had escaped. "I didn't want to leave," she whispered. "They forced me into it. I begged them not to." The human didn't answer with pity, only presence. He sat beside her again, careful not to touch her. "Then you survived for a reason," he said. "Even if it doesn't feel like it now." She wanted to scream, but her body betrayed her. She was too weak, too tired. Over the next days, he stayed. When she woke in nightmares, he was there. When she refused to eat, he simply placed the tray and said nothing. When she tried to claw off the medical patches from her thigh, he stopped her, not harshly, just held her hand long enough for her to breathe again. "Why do you care?" she snapped once, voice raw from crying. "I'm not human. I'm not yours." He paused, then answered with such softness it hurt, "Because grief doesn't care what species you are." And she broke again, not from pain this time, but from how gentle he was. Her people had trained her to fear humans, taught that they would conquer, exploit, enslave. But this one sat quietly with her every time her guilt spilled out, never once asking her to stop. Her name was Vela. He learned it only because she muttered it in a nightmare. When he said it aloud, she flinched, but didn't correct him. "Your horns glow faintly when you dream," he once told her. "I don't think that's normal." "Nothing is anymore," she replied. Her legs regained strength first, her body stronger than she looked. But her eyes remained hollow. She stood each morning at the observation window, staring at the stars, trying to pretend they were not looking back at her in judgment. "You're healing," he told her. "Not fast," she replied. "But you're still here," he said. And somehow, those 4 words mattered. She began walking the halls, quiet and barefoot, her short uniform exchanged for a fitted robe stitched by the ship's medbay printer. It clung to her thick curves and moved gently over her bruised blue skin. She began to speak more, not about what she lost, but what she remembered. Her mother's lullaby, her brother's laugh, her people's festivals in the night sky. The stories came out like broken glass, but she let them fall. One day, she asked if she could help, assist with data, carry supplies, just do something that didn't make her feel like a ghost. He nodded. No one told her what to do. He let her choose. And every time she sat beside him at the command console, watching stars pass, the guilt eased. Never fully, but enough to breathe. And then came the message. A long-range distress call from another ship. Survivors. From her world. Fewer than 50, trapped on a mining moon. too scared to send word until now. She froze, hands clenched. Go, he said. They'll need someone who understands. But you're not who you were, he said. You're who survived. That matters now. She stood at the bay doors, fitted in sleek armor, tight and sculpted to her hourglass frame. Horns polished, ears alert, white hair braided like it once was before the fire. She turned to him. You didn't save me, she said. You let me save myself. He smiled, tired, warm, real. Good, because you're about to save a lot more. And when she boarded the shuttle, she didn't look back at the stars. She looked forward, for the first time since the fire.